All right, good morning, everybody. It's 9 a.m. and that means it's time for the first 15. My name is Melinda B Powers, and I am the founder and manager of Intentional Professionals LLC, which is a new business based in Florida. And my goal is to create a community of intentional leaders through professionalism and other aspects. And what the first 15 is all about is a way to get people used to accountability. When I was a business consultant a few years ago, I realized that a lot of my clients, though they were coming to me for guidance and help with their businesses, a lot of the times they really appreciated the services more for keeping them accountable and on track with their goals. So now that I've ventured out on my own, I know that that's something that's needed, and I'm here to offer that. So I want to be able to create a community around accountability. That's not something that's often seen unless you're in a group and you're in a membership group or some kind of group where you're paying and you're expected to do all these other things. We live in a very busy world. And I want to make this as easy as possible for people to participate in because we have a lot going on. I have a lot going on. And I don't think that 15 minutes is a lot of time. And it's just something that you can do to check in and build a community around. Right now, it's just me. And that's okay. This is a new idea. It's not something that people have seen before. So it's going to take time. But the goal is to build this up to be a group that meets very frequently and supports one another. So I just want to go through what the first 15 is all about, how it's structured, and what the expectations are moving forward. Because this is the first meeting, it is not going to be the same in preceding meetings. So I do have a PowerPoint, and I'm going to share that with you guys. And when we have people that join, then I'll chime in and address them if anybody shows up. But this is the first call, so that may not happen. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. All right, so the first 15, as you know, is the name. It's called that because it's from 9 to 9:15 a.m. on Monday, which is the first 15 minutes of your workday or your work week. And the idea of starting off on the right foot or on a positive note was the motivation behind this. Sometimes we're always looking forward to Friday so that we can relax, but the week is already done. We've already spent that time, but do we get to where we were trying to go? Did we accomplish that goal? Or are we just looking for relief from the everyday grind? So the idea behind this is a bit of the reverse, in that if we can start off encouraging one another, talking about our wins and talking about our goals, maybe that'll give us a little bit more of a boost and a push to keep that momentum throughout the week so that Friday's not just a release valve every week. All right, so basically the call is going to be structured as such. It will be broken up into 3 5-minute parts. The first 5 minutes, we're going to call the intros and the wins. And in this 5 minutes, everyone that's on the call will be sharing where they're located in the chat, what their name is, or where they work, or what their company name is. This could be an opportunity for collaboration. And so being able to introduce yourself, talk about what you do a little bit, where you're located, will give other people an opportunity to see if maybe you guys could, fit in with projects together or do some collaboration with your brands. It's a really great opportunity to potentially meet people from all over, because this is not limited to just my geographical area. So that's an opportunity. And then we'll also allow participants to type into the chat about what their wins were from the previous week. So if you had a really cool thing that you accomplished, something really big, even small, but something that's really important that you want to share, that's your opportunity to share that, and the group can celebrate with you. So that's what the first 5 minutes will be. The second 5 minutes would be me offering you congratulations, obviously, for whatever you accomplished the previous week. And if any collaborations are happening in real time in the chat, highlighting that, but also encouraging you to move forward to meet your goals for the week that we're in currently. So some kind of encouragement, motivation, whether that's sharing about a quote or an experience. I am blogging now, so my blog posts go live Monday morning. Perhaps it might be something from the blog that I'll share, but I will share something with you that you can take with you throughout your week to help keep you encouraged and motivated. And then that last 5 minutes, we're gonna call me time. And so it's a play on words, me, M-I-I, kind of like the Nintendo Wii. And M-I-I stands for most impactful item. So in this last 5 minutes, I'll share what my me is for the week. And then that will give you time to formulate what yours is. And then you can share that in the chat. So for instance, my me for this week is to finalize the video content and audio content for the upcoming Intentional Professionals Masterclass that will be released on February 1st. That is my goal for this week. And I want to make sure that I'm putting that forth so that people know I'm serious. And I want you to hold my feet to the fire. When we show up next week, if you've seen this, I want you to ask, oh, is it done? If we get to that part and I'm not talking about it and we're talking about the kudos, then I have some things that I have to account for. So this is the idea. As we have more regular showing up, then we can kind of build those relationships to where you can kind of, check each other in a sense, or like, hey, what happened with the so-and-so, or how did that presentation go, or how's that big project coming along? You can even break your me's up. If you have one big behemoth goal that you have, maybe just taking chunks of that and making those your me's for the week. Because of what I have learned, if nothing else about goal setting, is that you want to keep it super simple. I don't do keep it simple, stupid. Self-talk is huge. So keep it super simple, break things down as much as you can so that they're not unmanageable and they're not overwhelming. But make sure that you are giving yourself the ability to achieve your goals. And especially if they're big, you want to make sure that you're not too overwhelmed, that you psych yourself out of actually achieving them. I've been there. So that's the basic structure of how the calls will go. And I'm hoping that we continue to build momentum and get more people in the call. Eventually, 5 minutes may not be enough. We'll have to see how that shakes out. But there are plans for, once this expands enough, if we're talking different time zones, there might be multiple calls for accommodations like that. So just as things continue to grow, which I believe they will, then we'll make adjustments to address those changes. But that's just the short and sweet version of what this is all about, in case you were curious. Maybe you didn't show up because you weren't sure what to expect, but just know that I want to create the least amount of friction as possible. I'm a huge James Clear fan. And I want this new habit to be easy for you to do. So it's only 15 minutes. You don't even have to speak. You can type. So if you're at your desk, you could do this at work if you're working, or even if you have your own business, it's just 15 minutes of your time. And most of all, I want you to show up, especially if you're a solo entrepreneur, because what I've learned in that too, that's part of my story. You don't always have people to be accountable to. You may have some colleagues or friends that are in the same boat as you, but on the regular, if you don't have employees that, are kind of triggering different processes and systems and tasks in your business, and it's just you, sometimes you can get lost, and sometimes you can lose sight of that accountability piece, and you can get a little lazy and a little sloppy with it. But the goal here is to always be improving, that Kaizen, that constant improvement, continuous improvement. So this may just be a nice added feature. It's not going to cost you anything, at least right now. And it can do nothing but help you step up your game and be more accountable. So I'm going to close it there. This has only been a 10-minute call. because we don't have anyone else that has joined. But I just want to let people know what the first 15 is all about in case you had questions. If you have any further questions, you can email me at admin@intentionalpros.com. admin@intentionalpros.com. My name is Melinda Powers, and thank you so much for joining. See you next week.